This exhibition is an outcome of thinking about fashion and mentality that elicits a tension between matter and mind, and secular and sacred respectively. Images dominate our current era. Knowingly or unknowingly, we are captivated by images which hold sway over our thoughts and behaviors. Living in this era that overflows with myriad images, we can see the way images drive our desires and how desperately we cling to the virtual world. Adrian Piper, an American philosopher, said that there is a close relationship between 1960s and the first decade of the new millennium, and characterized that relationship with an emphasis on images. Piper then added that what drove the renaissance of images in the 1960s was the psychedelia. In turn, I define the association between the 1960s and this decade as the emphasis on images and the pursuit of mentality. In expressing the connection between the two time periods in clothing, I have experienced not the greedy and nauseating psychedelic images, but the transcendentality or mentality of the images as converted by light. I achieved it by combining the visual illusion that is emphasized in visual art as part of the psychedelic art and the images of radiating strokes of light that spread out in all directions. Specifically, I've used the moire fringe and pronounced effect as my motifs in developing designs. This exhibition features clothes that I've designed with this theme for roughly 10 years. The exhibition is composed of 18 ensembles in which the items are arranged in L shape, progressing right to left from the earliest to most recent works. The first section is composed of works presented at the 2012 graduation show of London College of Fashion and those that were honored at the Arts of Fashion competition in the same year. The second section consists of the works that were exhibited at the ITAA Design Exhibition in 2018 and ensembles that were invited to the fashion show held in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia in 2019. Lastly, I've arrayed 3 dresses which had created different times in the center. As you look at the organization of the exhibition venue, the first things that come into view are enlarged images of the backplace of the clothes on display and the backdrop, which has 3 images of the model sliced thinly lengthwise and overlapped on top. This backdrop, together with the illusory effect of the light, symbolize the exhibition's theme. On the right of the backdrop, a video plays that is related to the clothes on display. This video can be viewed on the Fashion Gallery's website. Now, let's take a closer look at each piece of clothing. The early works represent diverse experiments with combinations of materials, silhouette, and colors that follow the establishment of the concept overall. All of these works were created by print patterns of my own making on silk digitally. The silhouettes are mainly straight and are highlighted by colorful patterns. As mentioned earlier, the moire and the pronounced effects were applied to express the transcendentality through light and visual illusion. The first part includes suits composed of a jacket and pants. The jacket's torso is double-layered, and the pants or sleeves are single-layered. Basically, the torso is designed to have 2 layers overlapping so that the color of the bottom layer emboldens the pattern and color of the top. These 2 outfits characteristically has distinct patterns and colors, but more than anything else, they are an experiment with sewing techniques. The first adopted the traditional Korean sewing technique with tight stitches on the almost the same spot 3 times, while the second design is sewn with a French seam. The Korean seam, with its narrow seam allowance, appears neater and does not register an obvious appearance. Accordingly, all of the following works use the Korean seam. This outfit demonstrates the innovation in the pattern cutting that represents the most crucial design development in this collection, as I wanted to render more profound and more diversified color changes by increasing the number of layers. I developed a pattern that combines a shirt and a jacket to achieve a quadruple layered jacket torso. The shirt and jacket, each double layered, make one suit, as they combine at the hemline but give the illusion that the person is wearing two pieces of clothing. The jacket-shirt ensemble flaunts the completion of such a design. As this jacket has a shirt and collar attached to it, it demonstrates the styling of the suit and shirt that go together perfectly well when seen by others. However, the shirt and the jacket are likewise connected at the hemline, and the jacket collar is applied to the two outer layers. In comparison, the shirt collar is adopted by two inner layers, and to make the jacket appear to be worn over an ordinary shirt. This item of clothing was honored at the 2012 Arts of Fashion competition. The innerwear is a jumpsuit that is made of two layers, and the outer part of the ensemble, a double-layered cape. Above all, this set of clothes was intended to complete a look that would at once look brilliant and turn heads through the harmony of complementary colors, green and red. Beginning with this work, I changed the material from silk to polyester. As silk, which registers subdued and luxurious colors, has the disadvantage of compromised durability. Hence, I chose polyester as my material, which realize more apparent colors and prevent them from washing out. This work maximized the pronounced effect by adding up to 6 layers and applying each different pair of patterns and colors to each. Further, the design is made more intriguing by creating a zigzag edge on the armhole while tracing the pattern. The dresses were designed as experiments with a straight or new silhouette without the usual darts or princess seam. If you look at these dresses, you see not only a radiant pattern, but also one that diminishes gradually. This is created by reducing the actual size of a clothing pattern repeatedly while retaining the ratio. Therefore, all print patterns are engineered to fit the piece of clothes and are not pitting it over the entire piece of fabric. I should say that this design includes all of the color scheme and constructions of clothing that I have developed thus far. I believe that the combination of colors for the back plate renders the pursuit of transcendentality beautifully through the harmony between images of light and visual illusion. Here I began an experiment with a more diverse composition of print pattern and colors. These 4 outfits had created for the exhibition Ulaanbaatar last year. The design, which is the first that included a geometrically shaped pattern, presents a more complex pattern composition. Unlike the previous designs, which instance realized perfect symmetry, this outfit supports just one side of the jacket worn over the shirt. Accordingly, as no part is fixed, the front part naturally shakes with the person's movements. The last were more focused on the depth of color and garment structure by adding up to 6 layers and applying each different pair of patterns and colors to each. In the origin of the work of art, Martin Heidegger said, "Beauty is the way in which truth occurs as unconcealment." Similarly, I hope the light of revelatory truth that the invisible God as the transcendental being presents to us will reveal something of itself through this collection.